There's the two teams for today. One change for Ireland, indicated in red. Matthew Humphreys coming in.
Intention from Akadea. Really happy to see the back of Litundas gone for 5. Bangladesh 9 for 1.
At number 3, a change in the batting order from the second T20I. Najmul Hussain Shanto. We saw Shakib Al Hassan come in this position the second game after that flying start from the openers. But with early trouble and a wicket in just the 7th delivery, they're going to go to the youngster who's had a brilliant 2023, really, isn't he? Excellent Bangladesh Premier League, and he's here because of this. It was short, it was wide. There was a man posted out there for that. Crucially, Dockrell held on. Slip comes into place now. And really, with just 3 wickets falling in the power play in the ODI series and none so far in the 2 T20Is, finally Ireland have something to cling on to in the first 6.
I thought the shot was on for Lichun Kumar Das. Look how wide that is. It could have been a wide had it left it alone. And he slices it because the fielder at third is pretty wide. He can easily hit probably a little bit further to his right. This is what can happen to a batter when he is in that frame of mind, in that attacking mood. Could have been easily a wide, but because of the fact that he has been picking up boundaries on regular intervals, he thought he was again in business. Lichun Kumar Das trying to slap that away on the offside. Unlucky to find the fielder. But very good from Ireland.
Isn't it amazing what a wicket does, and an early wicket does? 3 dots to follow it. Let's go back and look at that graphic here. Just 11% of the balls from Ireland hitting the stumps. This is clearly a tactic, and look at the difference from Bangladesh. This is the seamers only, 27% from them. Particularly, you think Taskin Ahmed very much attacking the stumps.
And it's also a little bit closer, even the ones that has been missing the stumps. So the cluster are very close around targeting the batters and the stumps.
I think it's clearly a tactic that may have not been brilliantly implemented by Ireland. It's to not allow the ball into the hitting arc close to the stumps of the home team batters, and instead what's happened is the width has been punished throughout the first 2 games.
It's all about reading the conditions as quickly as possible, and then you pass on the message. It's mighty important for the team management, the coaching staff, to realize what the pitch is going to offer. And when you see a couple of overs, you can realize that, okay, this is what it's going to happen. So we really cannot afford to bowl wide or give too much width on either side of the surface. That hasn't happened for Ireland. Even the wicket that he has taken, it was of a very wide delivery.
Width punished by Talukdar, who continues to make merry in the power play. It's a boundary to close the second over. It's 14 for 1.
এই ঈদে 2000-এর বেশি ডিজাইনে স্টাইল হবে 16 আনা। চলে আসুন এপেক্সে, হয়ে যান দিওয়ানা।
Boundary to close the second over. Again, that width on offer right out of the middle. Very still when making contact, Attar Ali Khan.
It's a stand and deliver kind of a shot. It was not full, but it sits up nicely, and again the width. Ronnie Talukdar seems to be in really good form, and he needs to cash in. Harry Tector.
Slow through the air, but down the ground. Be a couple. Tector's shown us glimpses, isn't he, of what he can offer with the ball. Still no sign of George Dockrell at any point this entire tour. And we heard Shakib Al Hassan talking about Harry Tector's bowling in the post-match in Game 2, that he was watching Tector's deliveries and saw the turn that he was generating at the pace he was bowling. And as a consequence, he bowled slower. The reverse sweep comes in. Will be just the single.
Very good, Ross. Well done. Very good,
I know it has been difficult for Ireland, the bowlers, but when you see conditions like these, you got to make sure that you keep on putting a little bit more pressure. You got in there, so get support from the fielders, and even if you're a seamer or a spinner, it's all about attacking the stumps.
Johnny, come into square leg here.
Have to stay a little bit more calm because they've picked up a wicket. Remember, opening partnership has been very good. Runs have come very quickly, thick and fast. Already Leighton back in the hut.
Quicker through the air this time, and Tector, I think, has watched Talukdar there. Just give a shuffle, 61 miles an hour on the clock, nearly 100 kilometers an hour. Gone with the arm ball, it's shaped away. Good delivery, good execution from Tector. Slower through the air, man at long on, not going to carry. Just 4 or 5 yards short of George Dockrell.
Yeah, he's getting a bit of a drift also. Harry Tector. He's not afraid to play that big shots, even though there is a long on in place. Just dropping short in front of him.
Very much a work in progress for Ireland's Harry Tector. It's his 57th T20I today. He didn't bowl in the first 51 T20 internationals that he played. He played solely as a batter. There's Ben White, who was excellent. His leg spin 2 for 28 in the second T20I. This one's heaved towards the man. Second wicket, juggled and held. Finally by Curtis Camphor. Heart in the mount a moment for him. Ireland have 2 in 3 overs, and maybe for the first time in this entire tour, they move on top.
It's only the 3rd over. He tried to play that big bowling shot on the onside. Bit of a juggle, but well held in the end. It just came from the bottom part of the bat. So Nazmul Hasan Shanto has to head back to the pavilion. Ireland picks up another one. Nazmul goes for 4. It's 18 for 2.
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই। সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
Standing in his 100th international match, so congratulations to him. Qazi Sohail, the other umpire, fence. He's still not learning the trade in terms of how to bowl, even though they put a bit of a pressure by picking up 2 wickets.
just the first maybe 4 or 5 overs at most. 1 for 5 in his first over taken off. Camphor replaces him. Dismissed for a boundary as he goes with the short ball. Goes to Luke Dowers on the charge. Can't get anything on it. That rounds out our officials team today. Tanvir Ahmed, the third umpire, and the man who is left, Mr. David Boone. Who's left as you look on your screen. And that's number 3. Ireland have picked up 3 in the power play, and that bowling change has worked. Curtis Camphor strikes, and it's Adair that takes the catch. Ireland definitely on top now.
Every batter has been dismissed by trying to play a big shot, and they're finding the fielders. This time it's a deep mid wicket off a seamer. Well taken right into the palm. It's a success for Camphor in his very first over. Ronit Bangladesh in a spot of bowler, 24 for 3.
Number 5 to the crease already. Tawhid Ridoy comes in. As Ireland have found some early joy. It's what Paul Sterling has spoken about at length, the standing captain. And the youngster, the 22-year-old, in just his 6th T20I team, holds on comfortably. Side edge. Saves. Ridoy. Good over. It's a wicket-taking one for Ireland. It's 24 for 3. And got them into a spot of bother. Can they get out of it? Tector to continue. Chip down the ground. Down the ground. Must be a single. 2 men outside the circle. Again, it's a split field at her. Long off in place for the left-hander, and deep cow now to square leg and a long on for the right-hander.
This is for the very first time that Ireland has put a bit of a Tawhid Ridoy and company to put their hands up. Having a look at the batting card a little while earlier, not a lot of batting to come in terms of after Shamim Hussain.
Edged, just wide of Lorcan Tucker. Would have gone straight to first slip. It could easily have been a 4th wicket. Tector continues to cause problems. The Tigers are living dangerously.
Yeah, he went really after it. Ridoy making room and an edge, but it flew past the keeper. No chance for the keeper or anyone to stop that from the boundary.
Big hit. That's going to go all the way. Fearless, youthful approach from Tawhid Ridoy continues to impress. That's an almighty strike. No fortune about that one.
Well, they're not holding themselves back even though they've lost 3 wickets. That is a cracking shot from Ridoy. 74 meters. So we'll have to wait and see whether there will be a change of a strategy from here on for Bangladesh. Because they can't afford to lose another wicket at this stage of the game.
Brought about a change in the field as well. The man who was out at deep backward square leg now comes to deep mid wicket. Tector's going to change his angle. He's going to come around the wicket now. Ireland have a chance to expose that lower middle order, really for the first time in this entire tour.
Yeah, just have a look at the what's to come for Bangladesh in terms of batting. after Shakib and Tawhid Ridoy. Shamim Hussain Patwari, and then the bowlers. That's the problem. So they need to just figure that one out. 12 in that over. With that 6, it's 36 for 3 after 5.
.36 for 3 after 5. Ireland will be happy with this. Situation that has been created. Opportunity given after the decision to bat first. Bangladesh looking to go after virtually everything in the process, just losing the wickets. And this is a good side for Irish supporters. They have really waited a long time for something like that to happen, and Bangladesh for once under a whole lot of pressure. Oh, he's going to go on his merry way just right of the fielder there. There's some cover. Very good afternoon, Mr. Ackerman.
Good afternoon, Shamim, and afternoon to all those who've joined our broadcast. I think a couple of things have actually changed here today. Number one, there was a little bit of luck for Ireland early on, which they didn't experience early on in the first 2 T20 internationals, and that was the dismissal of Lytton Das. It was a poor delivery. It was wide. It kept going wide. It asked to get hit for 4 and ended up finding a boundary rider. However, if we go back to the first and the second T20 international, Mark Adair bowled with 2 men out on the leg side, a deep mid-wicket and almost a sort of a square leg. On this occasion, he had the deep point, so when he bowled wide of off stump, at least there was a degree of protection out there, led to a wicket. But in wickets 2 and 3, their line changed to straight, both balls being hit virtually off the stumps.
Delightfully done. Very, very well controlled shot. Shakib Al Hasan knows the situation. He can just play the ball to its merit, and when it's there to be hit, he's going to punish it.
There is the width. That is what Ireland want to avoid. Width. Shakib Al Hasan will punish you all day.
Yeah, good point there. I think the last 2 wickets with the balls much straighter in line, closer to the stumps, have paid off. He might have been lucky with the first one with the width offered to Lytton Das. He drags that straight to the fielder. Once again, it stood up. Shakib Al Hasan trying to get a move on, and no problems. Another wicket down. Bangladesh in a whole lot of trouble.
Well, they may hold their heads. On another day, in another international, Shakib hits this over mid-wicket for 4, for 6. But this time, he picks out mid-wicket. Adair has his second. Ireland have their 4th. And for the first time in a long time, Bangladesh are in trouble at 41 for 4.
Four wickets down for 41 runs. Shamim Hussain going to join Tawhid Ridoy. Now he's made an impression in the domestic circuit. Just into his 15th match. He's got his work cut out. Best of 31, not out. come in at a position of strife. This is the reason why he's there.
It was seam up, it was pace on, it was whacked in. Ben White taking the catch at mid-wicket.
I can understand the gung-ho approach and the fearless attitude that we talk about, the way Bangladesh gone successfully in the previous games against England and earlier against Ireland. But when you're 3 down, you just water it down, just assess the situation. Just do not go virtually after everything. Bit of a surprise, Shakib hitting that ball, the one he got out to prior to that, very confidently to the boundary and then holding out. To the merit of the ball, and with their tails up, big appeal. No response from the umpire. The angle delivery, are they going to go for a review here? And the over has been called. After 6, it's 41 for 4. The middle order of Bangladesh has hardly been tested in this series in a couple of matches earlier. And Tawhid Ridoy and Shamim Hussain Patwari have got to batten down, show some resilience. Completion of the power play, signal there. We have Ben White, 24 years old from the Modumode Bank end, 11 wickets in his T20 international career. 50 for 23. The batter's under a little bit of pressure and just fancy his chances here. Ben White.
Bowled well in the previous T20 international. 2 for 28 in his 4 overs, the leg spinner.
They will have to be more circumspect. They have to really show some resilience, some temperament here. Bangladeshi batters have had it their own way right their way through the series. Different scenario now, that's up in the air. It's going to fall safely into the hand. That is not a very disciplined looking shot. Really throwing that his bat at it and paying for it. Not a good shot. And another one bites the dust.
Well, the approach is not going to change. This is new Bangladesh. Leg spinner spinning away from the right-hander. It's wide of off stump and it just keeps turning away from him. In the end, presents Harry Tector with a very simple catch at mid-wicket. Yes, Paul Sterling, you are on top as Tawhid Ridoy goes for 12. They're in a heap of trouble. 41 for 5.
Well, Chandika Hathurasinghe may be looking relaxed, but sure he's pondering with regard to the attitude. We keep on saying that it's understandable, the approach. The debutant, Rashad Hussain, comes in. And he should know a bit about the bowling, himself being a leggy. He's facing a leggy. Let's see what he does with the bat. It'll be a tough ask for him too. Quicker one. Nicely behind that.
I hear a lot of people saying an approach needs to change, that approach needs to change. But this was spoken about in previous internationals. That if this is the way Bangladesh want to play, they are going to have the occasional bad day. And are their fans and is their media prepared to accept that? Because as soon as you jump on their backs, you're not going to see the expansive cricket you've seen over the last 5 T20 internationals.
Well, you can see they're going to continue in the same vein. What a clout that is. That is struck superbly right over the top. 7 overs have been completed. It's 47 for 5. Rishad Hussain, the debutant. What a way to get off the mark on your debut match with a 6 which he had in the last ball of the previous over. Come on.
Oh, that stroke that Rishad played for his first delivery, or not his first delivery, his first scoring shot in T20 internationals is a real showcase of what young players do nowadays. I remember watching India versus Sri Lanka, and Ishan Kishan hit his first delivery of his T20 international career for 6 and his first delivery of his one-day international career for 6.
Oh, that's the person, if you can emulate that and the way he's gone on to bigger and better performances, that augurs well for young Rishad Hussain. I tell you what, you mentioning the fact, will the fans accept the lack of success with this kind of attitude? I think Bangladesh can have an odd bad day at the office without really changing the approach that's been instilled in them in the recent past. We'll see more of that. They're not going to hang back. They're not going to die wandering.
Well, there's no doubt that I agree with you that there needs to be a change of approach when the team's in trouble. So it's about learning that balance. But where this might assist Bangladesh cricket going forward is that those players that have got out, if the coach doesn't react, if the coach says it's okay, and the public say it's okay, I think they'll work it out for themselves about what to do when getting into these situations when they're in trouble. But previously, when you just get hung out to dry for failing, that's when the problems set in.
Well, the coach seemed pretty relaxed there when you saw him, even after the fall of the wicket. I think he can accept that there will be some failures in this kind of attitude at times. He smashes that past the fielder. That is a superb shot. It's not a freaky shot, it's not a risky shot. Really clouded that and went along very quickly to the boundary.
It's just a slap, isn't it? It's not a off drive or a square cut. 15 love.
It's the strap pull, the straight pull. Just tries to find the gap in the covers. It just seemed that he was going to try and strike that a little harder, just change his mind at the last moment. And that's what you got to do. He's got to pay some respect to the bowlers who have got their tails up, 5 wickets down. This is the opportunity to showcase your ways as a batter, particularly Shamim Hussain, who has the skill set required. Doesn't have to go full attack with every delivery. Water it down as and when required. Nice, just opening the face and getting the single to finish over number 8. 52 for 5. Good toss to lose for the skipper Paul Sterling. All the bowlers putting up their hand.
push him around.
In terms of wicket, except hand, wasn't got a wicket.
Just going to push him a few.
The Irish think tank will be much more relaxed. Irish fans, good to see the support. This is very nice to see. And they must be happy with what's transpired so far. At last, some domination by the bowlers. Adjusting the fields, they've put the fielders in the right places, take the catches.
Very good, Harry.
He has noticed 5 men in the circle in the previous delivery, so that's a good attitude to have. A little earlier, the cap ceremony for Rashad Hussain, Cooper. Very, very proud moment for any player. He's a tall guy. So we'll be waiting to see what he can produce with the ball, but at the moment, he's in the middle with the bat. Started off with a bang. Got a sixth, the very first scoring stroke in his T20 career. International T20 career.
Just 4 men in the 30-yard circle for the right-hander. Ticked around the wicket.
Oh, just tried to guide that, finds the fielder shot there. Yeah, we saw that mention that there were 5 within the 30. Even the 4, the 3 of them are pretty much within about 10 yards in from the 30-yard circle. So on the lookout too to stop any singles and rotation of strike. And on the wicket, it's a little uppish, but it's going to fall just in front of the fielder in the deep there.
It was a power play that was dominated by Ireland. Lytton Das was the first man to go. He'd be very disappointed. It was wide, it asked to be hit. And then it was Shanto holding out just in the end. Curtis Comfort taking the catch. And Gupta.
And it was Shakib Al Hassan who had just hit a boundary earlier, trying to drag that, got the slice of the bat and straight down the throat of the fielder there. Vidoy was the last man to go. The cluster of 5 wickets that have fallen very quickly. Oh, he's a relieved and a happy captain, Paul Sterling. Knows they've got a chance to just come back, at least with a win here. Got to keep up this pressure. Well, diligently. Not like that. Once in a while, you're going to get a ball that's going to be wided. Gives that opportunity, even as a bowler, to come back, surprise the batter. What is going to be Rashad's approach? Not really got a hold of it. Tone ended it. Got a single for his efforts.
What's important here is that Ireland don't sit back and think, well, you know, we got them under pressure. The batters that are out are the ones that generally hurt us. Let's just get through these 20 overs and chase 120. Chase 120, 130 against this Bangladesh bowling unit. You've still got work to do. They need to strangle the rest of the Bangladesh batting lineup. Force them to continue and to play the same manner that they've told the world they're going to play.
Reverse. It's going to trickle across. And 4 runs signaled. They just possibly shaved the bat. Very fine. Very difficult for the keeper. Stop that. $61 for 5.
Left to round. Yes, please, left. Section away. Center. Thank you.
The debutant and the newcomer in the middle with the bat. We've got the debutant for Ireland, I think, now coming on. Humphreys is going to come on and bowl his first one in T20 internationals. And he'll be under a bit of pressure. Seems quite relaxed. He's 20 years old. He can just afford to just try different things with Bangladesh. Not in a very happy position now. Going at 6.78 runs per over. Ireland should be thinking of going for the jugular. And it's Dinima first ball. What a way to start your T20 international career with a wicket. Excellent stuff by this young man, Humphreys.
For the first time, Matthew Humphreys gets to bowl in a situation which would be more suitable for him. In the one-day internationals, he came on to bowl in very difficult circumstances. Here, his team is on top. He gets it straight. He says, "You miss, I hit." And Rishad obliges. So the man making his debut goes for 8. Bangladesh, they're nearly done here. 61 for 6.
Also time for a drinks interval here.